where we can either create a much bigger stroke, thicker stroke, or a thin stroke, or no stroke at all. So the number is 0 now. So I don't want any strokes in my shape right now. Okay, I'm gonna zoom back with the magnifying, gonna click minus, and we zoom back. So there we have a shape created in our canvas. Now, if you want to do design and you want to draw anything and you want to work with the shapes, just to point this out, if you click the eraser icon in the toolbar and you click onto the shape, you probably won't be able to erase anything unless it'll give you this message which says rasterize the shape. So I'm just going to click OK, and now the shape, we can erase it. So if I click the eraser, now notice this, if I click the eraser, it's going to erase the content and the shape. Okay, so let's just undo that. We're going to go into the history section and we're going to click the previous act that we did, and the eraser goes away. So let's try this again. Just going to use the eraser to erase this part, and just going to click this. Okay, so this is how you can use the eraser to actually create a design as well. So feel free to explore the different tools that we have and kind of work with them. For the purpose of this tutorial right now, I'm just gonna go back in the history section and click back and have the shape select. Now we're gonna create one more shape. So this time I'm gonna use another tool. So I'm going to choose, okay, so I'm going to use the toolbar, the pen tool. So the pen tool is a pen looking icon. It should be on top of your text, the tool, and we're going to click that. Now if you hold and click, you will see that there are different options. We're just going to go with the first one. So let's click it. We're going to come here, and once you click it once, you have to continue with a second click, and I'm going to go with the third click, and then when I come on top of the first one, you see that a little circle appears. That means that this is going to get closed. So I'm going to have a closed triangle. So now that we have the triangle created here, I'm going to click the move tool, and if we look into the layers section, we can see that a new shape layer is created. So let's right click on that. Actually, you can just click on the text, double click, and you can rename it there. So I'm going to name this triangle. So I double clicked on the text layer and I'm going to rename it there. And we can do the same with ellipse. So I'm going to double click. I'm just going to go circle. So renaming the layers that you have will keep you organized. Once you're working with more complex projects, you will have a lot of layers here and it'll be very hard to find. So I'm going to click on the triangle layer, and then I'm going to go select my paint bucket. Before that, I'm going to change the color. So in the toolbar, the color box, I'm going to choose a blue color, select it. Notice that the blue is selected. I'm going to take the paint bucket, and I'm going to come over now. I won't be able to fill this, so I have to click, and then it says this shape layer must be rasterized before proceeding. Rasterize the shape, and I'm going to click OK. So now this shape layer, we are able to fill it with color. So now with the paint bucket, you click, and the selected shape area will be filled. Okay, so now we have two shapes. You can, by clicking the move tool from the toolbar, the first tool on the top, you can click on this shape and basically move it wherever you want. Okay, so in this tutorial we covered how to create a text, change the font, the size, how to work with the moving tool and to kind of move your text around, how to create a shape from the shape tool in our bar, and you can basically explore the different tools that we have. The pen tool that we used, you can click it and you can basically draw any shape that you like. Okay, so let's just say, for example, I'm going to create another shape. So you can basically just draw, and every time you click, you have a new line, and then you can have all these shapes. Now, just gonna double click, and if you go back into your history section, you can go back and undo any of these anchor point clicks that you created and undo them. So I'm just gonna go to the top. This is the first, and let's click one more time and one more time. So now I undid everything. Now let's try one more time. So let's say I'm just gonna, just for an example, I'm gonna try to draw a cactus. Now you can draw any shape. Work with this tool and see how it works. Try to create different elements, and you will get a handle of it. Now I just created a canvas. I'm gonna click the move tool, and I'm gonna select the color box. I'm gonna choose a green color, and I'm gonna click the paint bucket from our toolbar from the left side, and as I come over, you won't be able to fill it. I'm just gonna click, and then it says rasterize the shape. Okay, and now I can fill this with the color that I want. Okay, and then I click the move tool again, come across, and I can change where I want to place it, move it around anywhere that you feel like you want to place this shape. Okay, so we covered how to create a shape, working with the history section to do or undo everything that you do. The layers, I'm gonna change this layer name again, the shape, the cactus shape, double click and just write whatever name you want, cactus. Keep the layer section organized, and I'm gonna end this tutorial here. These are the basic points to kind of work with typography text in your canvas, adding background color, adding shapes, and practice this a couple times, and then you will be able to easily do everything that we just did in this tutorial. Thank you very much.